We haven't talked about Trxc in a little while. They're actually not even Trxc anymore. They're Asxc. So they had a ticker change. And they've had some great news coming out recently. So over in here, they got the patent news. We'll bring that up now. And so the patent is titled Endoscope with Wide Angle Lens and Adjustable Views. So here's the patent. They have a number of patents actually, all for the Asensus surgical device that they're developing. And as you know, it's called the Senhance system. We talked about it, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. And it actually had a crazy run. I mean, we started trading this, I don't know, back in here somewhere in the Discord, and I didn't do a video on it until about over in here. And it ran to almost $7. And it's back in like crazy deal territory. There's a couple of them. But this is one of the ones I wanted to talk about first because, we're still in this. So I took profits over in here. I still have a small position. I actually started building it out a little bit the other day. But I'm being very reserved. I still really don't like where SPY is. But we'll get to that. Let's talk about Trxc for now. Or I guess it's Asxc. So anyways, back to this. They have a number of patents. And they just secured another one. And they also received FDA approval the other day. So let's bring that up. So this is on the 3rd of March. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has cleared the expanded use of the Senhance surgical system in general surgery. Asensus said its platform uses artificial intelligence and machine learning to aid laparoscopic surgeries. This new clearance allows it to be used in many reconstructive surgeries, including treating reflux and obesity. Including previous grants, the Senhance surgical system can now be utilized in over 2.7 million general surgical procedures performed in the U.S. annually. So that's awesome. And they had this ticker change, which is kind of cool. So they rebranded the company to kind of match their new direction, as this is becoming their flagship product. And at this point, it's pretty much ready to rock and roll. Now, it sucks because this whole thing, or I guess you can look at it either way, it's great because this is a good opportunity because the price is so beat down. All this news that we got was kind of muted by SPY and futures, how crazy everything's been the last couple of weeks. So the thing is super beat down right now. I think anything under $4, especially if you can get into the mid threes like over in here, that's crazy value for this thing. Lots of spec, growth stocks have been beaten up pretty bad recently. And so it's definitely a little bit riskier of an investment. But I think with all the recent things they've had going for them, they're set up for some pretty crazy growth. So let's talk about SPY. That's why I always say get in the Discord, man. I can't always get you guys a video in a timely manner. And we were talking about, how weird SPY was looking pretty much the week that it started to turn on us. On the 21st, we're saying the next couple of days are going to be really important. And then later on that same day, I said we really need to watch the volume candles on SPY on the daily chart because we haven't seen 5 daily candles that were red in the volume side on SPY in quite some time. The last time that happened was part of the September pullback. So there's the weekend of the 21st, and that's pretty much when we lost 39 and started the downtrend. So what does it all mean? What's the plan? Well, the plan is I need this to consolidate. This orange channel that I've drawn here is this gap in the volume. This is really where I'd like us to consolidate. If you look back in here, I drew this channel because this is where we had this madhouse rally that futures did. I'm pretty sure that this was this overnight? Is this on like a weekend? The 4th? Here's the 5th. Yeah, that's what it was. So that Friday, so here's that gap right here. So that Friday over the weekend, futures were just ticking up. And I'm like, dude, what is going on? Like there was no consolidation. We just had this crazy move right here, and then it just kept going. And so that caused a pretty big gap. You see this is a pretty high volume area in here, so we were able to chop around in here a little bit better. But as soon as we kind of approach the bottom of that, it's able to fall through. It can fall from here to here pretty easily. But this is a big volume. There's a lot of volume in here. This is a high volume catch point. So Wednesday, we blew off all that steam, all that ground we gained. And so this is when Powell spoke, and he didn't really convince investors about, inflation and interest rates. And so bonds started to run up more. And so this whole rally that we were having kind of got muted, and we got pushed down for the next leg when bonds started to spike. But they've started to come down a little bit. But, mind you, they're It's just not much. They're still up there. So this is a good thing to keep an eye on. As well as the VIX. VIX has been super up there. Anytime you get above 30 or approaching 30, but especially 30 and above, like look right here. This candle, I'd be willing to bet, is pretty much free fall. So there you go. So you can see this whole region over here on the VIX, where it's starting to run up and then breaking through 30, is pretty much when SPY is in free fall. So I actually started filming this afternoon, couldn't get the video out in time, and it's kind of cool because now futures are open. And SPY actually gapped up. So that's looking good for tomorrow. We got stimulus news yesterday, and so futures were finally able to factor that in, so it looks like they like it. But anyways, keep an eye on SPY, keep an eye on the other futures, watch the VIX, keep an eye on yields, and do not overextend yourself, boys. But anyways, that is it. So hit the thing, do the stuff, follow me on the stuff and things if you don't, join the Discord, and I will catch you in the next one, traders.